Today I'm going to show you how to build this simple to put together cactus farm and set it up so you can cook everything up and get all the XP you need. This is everything you'll need to build the farm. To get started, I'll be building this in the ocean next to this flying kelp farm that I made in a different video. So if you're interested in getting all the fuel you'll need for this farm, check out that video. I'll have it in the description. Okay, to get started, I'm going to be building it based off of this farm, but all you need to do is find a spot and build about 6 blocks up, and then you can start the farm and follow with me. So I'm going to build out about 8 to 16 blocks away from the farm. Okay, from this point, this is pretty much the same as if you were building it on its own without all this. So we want to actually get some glass and build out a space like this, and eventually the water will flow this way. Actually, any way is fine, but whatever way works for you. I'm going to be having it this way. From here, we want to build a block higher. So we have glass layer down like this, and then these 2 blocks here. And these go out by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to repeat this on the other side. Now that we've got both sides done, we just want to surround them with blocks so that we can encase the water. So this is where the main water flow will be. That will join all the items into the center. When it's finished, this will be how it looks, and if you put down a water bucket, the water should reach just at the end but not go down. So we can just place our 2 water buckets here and then get some more water from the ocean. Now that we've got this here, we're going to be following the same theme and building 8 out in these directions, including the block we just placed here. So this is block 1. I'll just delete this water, it doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you want to fill that in on both sides. When you come to this end here, you don't need to actually place the blocks at this level. You just want to place them above, because this will be keeping the water in this area. So don't place the blocks level with this platform. You'll just be wasting blocks and having to use more resources. This is the one side done, so if we place water there, it will get to the end but not go and interfere this water line. Now all we do is just keep replacing the water and flood the whole area. Once it's all flooded, everything should be like this, but none of the water overflowing into the lower passage. I didn't mention this before, but once you've built the 8 platforms here, you want to encase this side, of course, as I showed over there, but also, of course, the back so the water doesn't go this way. And of course, yeah, once it goes out, it should meet. At this point, you could stop and actually build the cactus farm if you only want a smaller one. You'd want to come in here, place a block there, acacia 2 across, sorry, 3. So there's a 2 gap block of water on either side. And then from here, you would place your sand and cactus. So sand there and then a cactus on top. However, I'm going to increase the size since we want a lot of cactus. Alright, since I'm building this bigger, it's pretty simple. We just repeat the same pattern up again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll continue the whole way across, except for here. This will be an area that holds the water in, of course, through the back as well. So yeah, we complete that on either side. All filled in, this is how it should look like before you put the water in. And of course, once we put water in on these sides, they'll join up. They'll continue without interrupting the lower field. You can of course make them shorter so that they continue. You place water here and it'll keep flowing down all the way. But the problem is you'll end up with less space. So this is pretty much the platform done once we put the water in. And we can move on to actually putting the cactus in. Okay, before we can get cactus, we need a place for it to go. So to get started, I'm coming under here and then I'm going to place glass underneath so that the items would end up on the glass there. And now we want to build some furnaces. So just to make it easier for us temporarily, I've got a bit of spare glass. I'm going to place a block there like that. Now we want to get our furnaces and just place them across. You'll have to hold shift so you can place them against each other. Oops. There we go. Now we have all of those. For the sake of time for now, we will actually come down here. I'll just grab my birch. Place one there. Break this one. And grab our hoppers and just place all the hoppers pointing into it. This will be where all the green dye goes once we've all cooked it up. So while we're here, we also might as well put in the hoppers for the back line where we will end up putting the fuel in. And now we can just use a bit of water to get our way up. Come up here and hoppers pointing directly down. And then filling in the rest of the glass here. Like so, blocking off the end. And once we place a water bucket there, all the cactus will end up in these hoppers. Alright, so I've removed the water. Just quickly, we can put in a bit of glass here just to make it look more complete. We actually want to break some of this too, so it doesn't look so ugly. Glass here to complete it. Here and here couldn't hurt either. And now I'll just get my way up like that, but we want it at the bottom layer. There we go. So now when the cactus falls all the way down, it will go through there into all the hoppers. We don't want a hopper directly there since some of the items could get stuck. In fact, even having one there is a little bad, but it should be fine. And in the end, we're not having to deal with it too often. It's time to actually put the cactus in now. I'll be hooking up the fuel with this later at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. If you're doing your own method, then, well, you're kind of on your own, but hopefully that will help you. Alright, to get started, just like I showed before, I like to go 2 blocks in from the water so that we have space for the blocks to fall down and not end up on the side of the platform. So we're going to go in 2 and then the first of our blocks. I like using slabs because it gives more space for the cactus to fall. From here we just want to build all the way out, and this is going to be the trickiest part of the farm, honestly. The platform was the easy bit. So now this is the length, so we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots for cactus. Now we just build this all the way across, like so, until we meet up at the other end. So I'm almost done, but I'm out of slabs. If you're like me and you would have only grabbed as much as you needed, maybe a tiny bit more, you would have run out by now, but that's because we're actually got too many plates. But before we do anything, we can drop down here. And this is probably a good idea for us to do because of the cactus as well. We can place a block here. This will stop any of the items going into the hoppers. And now from here, we actually want to break these blocks and start getting them back. So let's jump up here. This corner here is one of the blocks we need, so pretty much we want to just do this. Just remember to come back down here to grab them so they don't despawn and you can use them. Everything cleaned up, so now we can continue. So I'm just going to continue bringing this across. But once we get to the end there, we are 2 blocks away, as you can see. So we got the 2 block gap. But of course we'll be continuing on this side. So this is 2 blocks, so you'd end up continuing this way. And the same that way until you get up to the end. 2 block that. So you want to do this all here on the other side, and if you've run out, you just want to break the blocks so you can get them back. I'll see you when it's all done. Okay, it's all ready now. So now you just want to chuck your sand on like this. You can of course place in your cactus, and then also for spruce fencing. An easy way to do this, if you've got spare blocks you don't mind potentially losing, you can do this to place your fences. But we'll finish off with the sand first. Placing all the sand can be quite tricky since you have to pretty much jump to every platform. But this is just the way it can be done. You could really make a platform between them so you can walk between them, but you would have to destroy it all. And as you get higher and higher, this will get trickier since you'll fall down and you'll have to work your way back up. Okay, so all the sand is done. Now for the cactus, we're almost done with the farm. So you want to place a cactus like this the whole way around. But we want to get up so we can actually place these fences in really easily. So it's just going to hurt, but you just jump up like that and now you're good. We can just place cactus like this, jump to each one, and we just want to place the blocks on these ones, the inside ones here, because one fence will cover 2 cactus. So when this cactus grows, this fence will break either one, and we can do that across all of them. Just be mindful, depending on where you're standing, it might not let you place it, so it's easier like this. Just be careful how you're jumping so you don't fall down. Now that we've all done these ones, we just continue. We place one there, a block here, But we don't need a fence on this side, we need it on this side. So we just continue here, and then we'll just place the fences here, like so. So we pretty much skip every second one. So fence, no fence, fence, the next one will be no fence, etc. This row is done, and so is this one. So now all we need to do is just break the block. So best choose a block you don't mind losing. A great art block for this is actually netherrack, since it's so easy to break. Just going to place one here. Now I can do the same over there. Almost done. So I just wanted to give you an additional demo of how I actually do it. So we've got this line here. So this just needs normal cactus, but here we want the top on. So what I normally do is just bring out the full line of blocks like so. Fill in these cactus that are needed to be here. Alright, and now I can delete these ones. I don't need them anymore. So now I need another fence on this side, but instead of doing that right away, I would normally come and place that there like so. And then this one as well. This will need one as well. But what we can do is you can actually reach that from here. So I would just continue this on this side. Cactus, and then I can just place the things here and then remove the blocks, since I don't need to go over there again. I've cleaned up this little action, the thing I built over here, and now we can link up these farms. So it's pretty simple. We just want to break this down here, and this will line up with that. So all I want to do is, I've got an ice and birch signs ready for this. We want to place these blocks on the side so we can contain the water. Alright, so that's the limit. So from here we'll do an ice, and then one of these sides will be a sign. And then we'll just continue the whole way. So another 8, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty much what we want to do now is probably easier to do another, break this, do another ice here, so that the sign goes there, and then glass there, break this, and now we can bring the glass on either side and contain this area. Okay, so now we just want to place the water there, water on this side, place the sign so it blocks it. Alright, now getting under here could be a bit tricky, so it's probably just easy to drop down, grab some water buckets, and then we can actually use this water to get us up. We'll place some glass here just so we can stand up. But we want to help the water contain itself. Alright, but since we've got the water is not reaching the whole way, we actually need to get in there and work on it. So the easiest way is we're just going to break this, which is going to cause a flood. That's okay. Sign goes there. Place our water at the bottom here, like so, and now we can replace that glass, which is going to be a little tricky, but it's easier just like that. There we go. So this water here is there, and that water's there. So now eventually, once the kelp is full, it will start supplying these furnaces. So we might already have fuel in them. Not yet. Oh, it's right, because I've blocked it up there. So we need to go up and unblock that. My apology. For now, my method of getting up is just going to be water like that. We can just jump our way up and then get down to where we put the plug in. Away you go, Cactus. Go. Now, I did put a log in there. So, alright, take out the birch and we're ready. So now we just need to wait for the excess kelp. Waited a day and it's starting to work. As you can see, we've actually started to get an excess of kelp blocks into this furnace, and eventually it'll spread to the rest. Okay, let's finish off this video. So what we need to do is come to the end here. There was a block here before, but we want to place a dropper on it that's facing down. From here, we want to get some blocks and just place them into the water, one below, like that. Break them. Now that we have this block under the water, we can place sand on top of it, and the sand will be level with the water. From here, we want to grab a cactus, and this is going to be destroying the items that we have excess dye with. From here, we want to get a glass. Place glass like so. I messed up there. Break these two other ones. Alright, so now we have glass like that. We want to grab water so we can get up. Piston, so it's pointing up like so. Comparator, so now it's extended. Grab some temporary blocks. Temporary block out the back. Observer, so the red dot is facing towards us. Jump up here, break that temporary block. Rack deck down. Temporary block there. Observer. So now it will shoot out the items, and now we can break this final temporary block. But instead, before we do that, let's grab some glass, and place some glass around our cactus. So we actually need to break that inner glass there. Okay, and it's done. This is our destroyer, so we don't get too many green dye. If you do want to keep some, you could have a chest and have this set up more complicated, but this is what I'm going to do. To finish this off, I'll just quickly show you. If you want to get the XP out of these furnaces, you just want to place blocks like this against the side of the hoppers, redstone over the top, and then a lever. Once you've hit that on, you just wait until they've cooked and they won't take out the green dye, and you just take the green dye out and you get all the XP. And then make sure you turn it off or you'll break your furnaces. As the farm is now, you're going to be getting 370 cactus per hour, and you can definitely upgrade this. So let's quickly show you how to do that. What we want to do is jump up like so. Now let's pretend this wasn't here at all. From here, you want to place a block above it, and then the slab block that you're going to be placing the sand on. And now you're ready. So all you want to do is similar to what we did before, is start building out these rows like this. And then bring these rows out. So you might want to be mindful of the fences, as you will pull down on them like that. So it can be easier to build it from further away like this. And just be careful. After that, you want to place in your sand like before, your cactus, and as I demonstrated before, you place a block above it. Oops. Just demonstrate it like that, and then you place your fence alongside it, and it's exactly the same as before. It's just higher, so it can be a little trickier, and you can have mistakes where you fall down. Just build your way back up. Alright, at 2 layers, this is what it's going to look like, and you're going to be getting 670 cactus per hour. And with the current farm setup I have over there, you'll be getting about 70 spare blocks of kelp per hour. So you could triple this farm and still have a very you still would have spare, so at that point you can keep going further. As you add extra layers though, it will become less efficient. That's why a lot of people will add extra platforms of water or such, but it's not really my personal thing. I would just rather build the farm at the base layout and just bigger. Either way, thank you for watching, and this is all the time I have for. I hope you enjoy all the extra XP, and I'm so close to 1,000 subs, so if you did enjoy it, drop me a sub. It really helps, as well as a like and whatnot. Either way, I will see you guys in the next episode. Ciao.